Good to see you again. It's been a while. Um, I've been doing lots of stuff. For example, I have just released a book of poetry, Rummaging for Omens, which is available on Amazon, and I have put a link um, underneath this for you to get it. Please do get this book. I wrote it myself. Lots of poems about grief, about love, and all kinds of things just go through my head. It's sort of the ultimate look into the very, very depths of me. And I hope you would enjoy it, because I mean, I wrote it with a lot of love, hoping to share it with you guys. Today, I'm going to be looking at Of This Our Country, which is a collection of essays by Acclaimed Nigerian Writers on the home, identity, and culture they know. So I loved it, but not so much. Lots of stories, I didn't get through all of them, but some of my favorites were the one Still Becoming by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, of course, where she talks about Lagos, the bustling city of Lagos, and she talks about looking at Lagos through the eyes of a writer. And I mean, it was a bit disappointing for me, because it wasn't really like a deep look. It was a look from a place of privilege, a sort of, I don't know how to quite put it into words, but you should read it. There's also another one that I really loved, which was Amechina by Chika Onigwe, which was beautiful because she showed a lovely picture of Enugu in eastern Nigeria before the whole, before all the horrible things that are happening in the country right now. And as usual, with all of these essays, it's also from a place of privilege. I mean, obviously, Chika Onigwe came from a very rich family, because I mean, everything that she did growing up, I mean, those were things that I only like thought about in my wildest imaginations, all the fun that she had with her family, which is wonderful. And then there's War and Peace by Okendibe, which was wonderful. I have actually heard Okendibe tell some of the stories captured in this essay, especially the one about his father during the Nigerian Civil War, being saved and kept safe by a northerner in his home, and then taken to safely board a ship going to the east. It's a story that is much needed in the context of what's going on in Nigeria at the moment. What has been going on for as long as possible, as long as we can remember, the Igbo ethnic group always being marginalized and always clamoring for a secession. Some people are still really into that and fighting so hard for it. And hearing about this, the fact that it wasn't all war and gloom and nobody helping out, hearing that there were some northerners who were powerful, who actually used that power to save some southeasterners during that program, is a breath of fresh air. I think Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie captured this as well, in the character of I think Kambili's was it Kambili's or yeah not Kambili, I'm mixing up the characters. Well, I think one of the characters in Half a Yellow Sun had a boyfriend from the north who also saved her during the program. And I think that's the part of that's the sort of thing that Okendibe's story also captured. There's also A Banner Without Stain, which is Ike Anya's very beautiful story about his experiences as an immigrant in the UK, and his thoughts basically about the October 2020 almost genocide again, where young people in Nigeria came out en masse on a peaceful protest, holding the Nigerian flag, and then having Nigerian troops under the command of somebody who nobody knows up till now, shoot at them and staining that flag. The image is horrible. I would pull it up somewhere in the middle of this video, and aptly captured in Ikenya's essay, A Banner Without Stain. He talks about the former Nigerian anthem, which talked about A Banner Without Stain. And then ironically, all these years later, this has happened, and this has also happened. Kenya is a fantastic writer. There's also another one that I liked, Clarion Calls by Ayobami Adebayo, which talks about the National Youth Service Corps, which is these days mostly a contraption by the Nigerian government. Young people who have recently graduated from tertiary institutions are made to serve the country for 1 year. They take you to a different part of the country. You go there to serve your country. You pick up jobs and stuff and try to help and try to learn about that different culture and all of that. So she talks about having gone to one of the orientation camps, which is where you go spend 3 weeks before you're now deployed somewhere in that state where you're going to serve. And it's always horrible. And then she tells a story about that, which is heartwarming. There's Home History by Caleb Femi, who talks about, you know, mostly about his father, how he likes his food, and, you know, family legacies and stuff like that. I mean, most of this essays really speak to me, you know, because I'm Nigerian, and I really understand the country. But one thing that he also makes clear is what I always say: some of the best writers in Nigeria do not live in Nigeria, and some of these are reminiscences, remembrances of things that happened to them in the past, stories that they've heard, experiences that they had before they then left Nigeria, went to better countries. And I mean, it's not so great, you know, if you ask me, but that's what it is. Education as Savior by Cheluchi Onyemelukwe, who's a fantastic law professor and writer who has recently won the Nigeria Prize for Literature for her very phenomenal book, Son of a House, which I'm going to review here next. So she wrote Education as Savior. Coming from Nigeria, from Igbo parents, you know that you've got to go to school and, you know, get to the zenith of your educational pursuits, and it's going to then make sure that it'll sort of ensure a good life for you. And she talks about the contradictions in that, you know, Nigerians, young people graduating from school, there are no jobs, and all of that. And it's also fantastic because she takes a look at some of the things happening. You know, she also lives in Canada. I mean, well, I don't know, there's just so many different essays by so many writers from Nigeria who I'm very sure 98% of the writers here do not live in Nigeria. And that brings to mind the brain drain, the thing that happens in Nigeria, which of course we do not have to blame any of these people for. But when it comes to writing and the fact that some of these books are not available in Nigeria, which is something that concerns me deeply, you know, the fact that you might walk into bookstores in Nigeria and not be able to see this particular book, and these are books, you know, collection of essays of this country. So these are some of the issues I think that some of these writers and some of these people who sort of represent the best of Nigeria should actually turn their attention to. You know, let's find a way to make sure that we have books and that people can read them and access them, and although I know that publishing is a very political business, there should really be something done about what's going on in Nigeria. Our stories are phenomenal, they're fantastic. I'm going to read from the preface, introduction, to tell you what I think this. This is about why it was actually put together. So in September 2020, while the world was locked inside, people were once again falling into other worlds through podcasts, through films, through TV, through books. Books in particular became a new haven for those who found themselves lost during the pandemic. In the books they read, they discovered solace and an escape among the stories created by different writers, visited different cities, cultures, and histories on every page. As avid readers ourselves, we couldn't help but notice how many of the stories being acquired, published, and widely read were written by Nigerians. Nor could we deny the exceptional quality of their work. From prize winners to emerging talent, Nigerian writers were topping charts globally, making an impact not only within the publishing industry, but outside it too. So we realized the storytelling among Nigerians wasn't just a coincidence or part of a national and cultural inheritance, and this is true. So these words written by Oria Baja Williams and Nancy Adimora, who were the editors of this collection, among other things, were part of the reason why they invited these writers to share their thoughts on the country and the identity, the home, and the culture that they know. And this is important, to show you the heart and the culture. If you're interested in Nigeria and in the phenomenal writers that country has indeed produced. So do get it and read it. And remember, I have just released this Rummaging for Omens, which is a book of a collection of poetry, love songs, dirges, old loves, state of a nation, and grief all feature prominently in these poetic musings, which I hope that you will enjoy. So thank you guys for watching today. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.